Her parents named her Liona with an I, the lioness, after a Spanish aunt, and it couldn't be more fitting. Canada's Liona Boyd is the reigning queen in the world of classical guitar, capturing the lion's share of critical acclaim. Along the way, she's also captured the hearts and minds of fans and lovers alike. On CTV's biography tonight, Liona Boyd, the lioness that roared.
Very interesting.
She is, by all accounts, Canada's first lady of the classical guitar. He's Ellie Kastner, her guitar teacher for 2 decades, and the man to whom this piece of music is dedicated.
Remember this bit when you told me to...
Yes.
California may be home now.
Hi, Sandy. How are you? Nice to see you.
Have a seat.
But Kastner's studio holds the memories. Boyd was born in England in 1950 and moved to Canada as a child. A Christmas present changed everything.
My parents had said, "What would you like for Christmas?" And I said, "Why don't you give me a guitar?" I wanted to become a ballet dancer at that time, so being a professional guitarist was just the furthest thing from my thoughts.
From classical to country, from Latin to English chamber music, to soft rock and pop, she's done it all. Concert tours command performances for presidents and queens, movie stars, and prime ministers.
6 years, and we're still really good friends.
A meeting that turned into a relationship. What were the qualities about him that made him special at the time?
I mean, we both, when I think, why we didn't stay together, we both had very, very consuming careers. And we had a wonderful friendship and love for each other. But really, number one was always my career for me, and number one was always his career for him. And, thinking back, that's the way it was, and that's the way we wanted it.
Her love life and looks have attracted almost as much attention as her career, but then she knows that.
Obviously, it did help me. I was on magazine covers. I did lots of television shows.
And did you use that intentionally to your advantage?
Not at the beginning, but then afterwards, sure. I mean, of course, that happens inevitably. Probably if I weighed 500 pounds and was ugly, I wouldn't have done so many TV shows. But, there are many more beautiful women around. I just happened to be, in the guitar world, there were very, very few women.
And being a woman was also a liability.
At the beginning as a student, it made absolutely no difference. It was when I started dealing, with managers and with record company people that I suddenly realized they're not taking me seriously. They're not viewing me in the same way as they would a man. Especially in Europe, I really found that. And in Latin America, they were very chauvinistic.
And the music critics weren't always kind, especially when she ventured into pop.
Oh, I mean, I've had reviews. I remember one that said my records were criminal waste of vinyl and that, I just criticize everything about me, but you have to learn to live with that.
But things have changed recently. A new marriage and life in Malibu.
It's something that I didn't really think would happen in my life, because you have to make a lot of sacrifices for a career such as mine, on the road so much of the time, and I'm really pretty obsessive with my guitar, and that's pretty difficult for most men to deal with.
And now there's also a new emphasis on writing.
I've really found where I belong now, which is writing my own material, in a range of styles, but basically classical technique.
And when she plays her own music, she says,
it's almost like a out-of-body experience, that the music is flowing through you, and you're not really there, you're in another space, and it's a tremendous feeling of concentration, of real focus.